So I don't think I introduced myself a minute ago. My name is Mary Magnuson, and I'm the Blandin Community Broadband Program Administrator. It's my pleasure today to welcome you here and to introduce the 8 new broadband communities that have recently been chosen. The Blandin Broadband Communities Program is an intensive 2-year partnership between rural Minnesota communities and the Foundation. Communities may be cities, counties, tribes, or any other self-identified community of interest or place. Selected communities work through a process to define their technology goals, measure current levels of broadband access and use, and seek technical assistance and resources to meet those goals. Each BBC has the opportunity to apply to Blandin Foundation for matching grants of around $75,000 for locally developed projects that advance community-identified technology goals over a 2-year project period. We have recently selected 2 brand new sub-cohorts of communities. The first little cohort of 4 were selected at the end of June and had their kickoff meeting in early August. And since then, they have held steering team orientations and community vision sessions where they were able to set goals and brainstorm project ideas. They're currently determining which projects they'll implement as part of the program. And those communities are Cannon Falls. Cannon Falls is a unique, strategically located community between the Twin Cities and Rochester that has become a destination to visit, conduct business, and reside. As a Blandin broadband community, they've chosen their school district as the project area. As a community, Cannon Falls recognizes the need to adapt, evolve, and take advantage of opportunities to modernize and grow. And to that end, the EDA reached out to a fiber provider who is now in the process of rolling out a gigabit network within the city limits. However, internet infrastructure challenges remain in the rural parts of the school district, and as we all know, simply having broadband in town doesn't mean that all residents and businesses will be able to use it to its optimum benefit. So they'll be implementing projects designed to help their community members take advantage of their new world-class network. With us today to say a few words about the group's efforts is Amy Gombeck.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Gombeck, and I'm the Director of Instructional Technology for Cannon Falls Area Schools. And I'm here today with my team members, Dave Maroney and Laura Qualley, and our other team member who could be here today, Mike Gesby. I got teacher voice. Sorry about that. So our whole purpose for kind of being a part of this and going through this process, I have to tell you, I wasn't quite sure what I was getting myself into when I was asked to contribute and write a letter in support of this Blandin project. My superintendent came to me and said, could you please put in some of your techie stuff that would help get a little bit of an understanding of where we've been and what we're doing and all of that. So I contributed to that and I spoke to that. And it's very exciting for me because I'm a lifelong resident of Cannon Falls. The school that I work in is my school. It's actually my parents' school, my grandparents' school. I'm one of those lifers. I'm one of those people. And to see this tipping point of where we're at right now in our school community, and now connecting and collaborating with the broader community of Cannon Falls is very, very exciting to me. I can tell you personally as a teacher what I have seen, where we used to have to all get off the internet during testing time, because that's the only way that you could run testing. To now we have, we just did a Wi-Fi project, we have Cat 6, where we've never even come close to hitting capacity with all of our students being one-to-one. It's just been an amazing experience to see how that process has happened and trying to make sure that every student is prepared for 21st century learning, work, and life. It's become a focus of what we do in the school. But now to see a private company come in and bring our community technologies potentially into the 21st century with this fiber optic cable, with broadband, it's so exciting because whatever, we can seamlessly work day in and day out, and yet I know my parents struggle sometimes looking up my dad's patient portal, right? He's struggling with some health issues, and they can't always get on that because their cable doesn't, internet doesn't work. So just to be able to provide some of those things, bringing together people from the vision committee, having those conversations, what's important, it now allows us to kind of tap into the possibilities, the potential, and we have some really good ideas of what's going to help grow our community. And part of this too goes along with a project that was started a few years back called Grow Cannon Falls, which is trying to get the message out about what an amazing community we are and how strategically located to be 35 miles south of the cities, 35 miles north of Rochester. All the potential, all the possibilities, and now having broadband come in, we're at this tipping point, and there's so much opportunity to build capacity, and we're really excited that the Blandin grant might be that tipping point that'll get us into that next direction, that next step. So thanks for letting me share.
Our next community is Rock County. Rock County is located in the far southwestern corner of Minnesota. Its mission is to deliver efficient and effective essential services to its citizens that will strengthen the community. In service to that mission, a few years ago, Rock County partnered with a local provider to install fiber across the county to provide affordable and reliable high-speed internet access to its underserved rural residents. But while the availability of high-speed internet is a great win, they know the work isn't over. The next challenge is to ensure that all Rock County residents have the skills necessary to benefit from it. From telemedicine to distance education to smart farming to basic internet skills, Rock County wishes to provide educational opportunities to community members of all ages, interests, and skill levels. Welcome, Kala Jarvie of the Rock County Community Library.
Hi, my name is Kala Jarvie. I'm the library director at the Rock County Community Library. My library is located in Laverne, Minnesota. As you saw on the map, we're way down in the southwest corner, right by South Dakota and Iowa. So we're kind of far away from, from everybody, but it's a great place to be. Like Mary said, we do have great broadband across the county. But we have this great broadband, but it doesn't do anyone any good if they don't have the skills to use it. And even if they do have some of the skills to use it, there's so much untapped potential. Like smart farming, we are a very agriculturally based economy, and there are a lot of farmers out there who have this great equipment in their machines, in their combines, but a lot of them, as we've been talking to our community members, maybe don't know what to do with that data. So we'd like to help progress that education, and we want to offer classes and all these educational opportunities for all interest levels and skill levels. Like Amy mentioned from Cannon Falls, we also have some older residents who don't maybe know how to use the internet to FaceTime their grandkids, and something as simple as that to improve quality of life. So that's what we're looking for, and we're looking to just make this broadband really great and useful for our community. Thank you.
Our next community is Swift County. Swift County in west central Minnesota is another county with excellent fiber-to-the-premise internet service. Home to just under 10,000 people, agriculture is the #1 industry. My boss, Bernadine Jocelyn, likes to say everything is better with better broadband. And Swift County agrees with that broadband brings the potential to make everything better. They wrote in their application, "We need to learn to ask ourselves, how can we use our broadband to do this better, smarter, cheaper, or faster?" Whether they were talking about improving students' educational opportunities, saving tax dollars, creating new job opportunities, or providing affordable housing for seniors, young families, or new Americans. They became a Blandin broadband community to get smarter about utilizing their network and to showcase their community as a great place to live, work, and do business. Join me in welcoming Jen Frost.
Thanks, Mary. I'm Jen Frost. I'm with the Swift County Rural Development Authority, and as Mary stated, we do have broadband. We're very fortunate to have broadband, and I have to say a few things about that because I think we started way back, was it 2008 or 9, that we had Bill Coleman up to talk to us about the internet in our county. We were also very fortunate. We had Federated Telephone Cooperative in our community, and they were willing to build out our unserved area Yay, cooperative! Yay! Yeah. We might need to work on that a bit, but that was good. We also, yeah, okay.
Okay, do it again.
Okay. Yay, cooperative! We also had great leadership in grant writing and planning with the Upper Minnesota Valley Regional Development Commission in our area, and we had great progressive leadership in our county commissioners. And of course, at the legislator, Minnesota Office of Broadband to create the program. The year that we won the grant, we won half the money. They had only funded 10 million, and I was kind of blown away that they gave it to us, but we were ready. And now we're ready again to capitalize on what we have, and I look forward to collaborating more and learning from everyone. Thanks.
So as you may have noticed, our fourth community in the cohort is Cochise County area, and they are located significantly farther north than their three cohort mates. And thus they've chosen to delay the start of their work and join their neighbors in the Iron Range Broadband Community Cohort, which I will get to in a minute. So they're not quite as far along in the process as the other three, but that's okay. KTI coalesced earlier this year out of a long-standing and growing recognition of the importance of internet access, integration, and skills throughout the county. The initiative includes all of Cochise County and the Cabatogama region of St. Louis County. Their BBC effort is being led by Voyage Forward, an organization launched in 2013 as a county-wide, stakeholder-driven revitalization effort to identify issues, set goals, and take action to be the platform for growing a vibrant and thriving region through community and economic development. And that mission resonates pretty well with us at Blandin Foundation. And because the infrastructure is such a big challenge in that area, we are happy to be hosting a good group of Cochise folks who will be working on the feasibility session downstairs. Paul Nivenin is going to be sharing with a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon, my name is Paul Nivenin, I'm the director of the Cochise Economic Development Authority. And on behalf of the whole Cooch team, we're terribly excited to be here and to be part of the Blandin Broadband Community Program. I was lucky enough to go through the Blandin Leadership Program, and I know two things. It's going to be a quality experience, and the food's going to be really, really good. We don't get out much up in Cooch. By the way, show of hands, has anybody been to Cooch or International Falls, Rainy Lake? Anybody? Ah, well, there, I'm among friends. It's terrific. I do feel a kinship with these other counties in that we are remote, we're rural, we're the second largest county in the state of Minnesota. And as my wife likes to remind me, we're 2 hours from the closest Target. So we do have some challenges just in terms of our size and the remoteness of some of the areas within Cooch. But we do have a committed group of folks, and we're going to lean on a lot of people in this room to help us do a couple things. In terms of economic development, our economy is primarily driven by tourism and timber. We lost jobs recently with Boise Cascade, now Important Packaging Corporation, and we just lost, within the last year, 2 family-based companies that work in the wood products industry, a total of 68 jobs. We continue to lose population, especially our young people, and that's a real challenge that I want to use some of this technology for, is to connect with young people, grow our entrepreneurs. Rainy Lake is an incredible place, and we're going to try to create a community of people that, much like in Ely that we heard today, that want to balance this quality of life with the ability to make a living. So, look forward to it. Thank you.
In 2016, Blandin Foundation first entered into an agreement with the Minnesota Department of Iron Range Resources and Rehabilitation to bring the Blandin Broadband Communities program to the Iron Range. With the financial assistance of both IRRR and St. Louis County, the 6 Iron Range Broadband Communities, or IRBCs, were chosen. They were Aiken County, Chisholm, Ely, Hibbing, the Grizzlies, which is the school district for Boys Fort Reservation, Cook and Orr, and the Mountain Iron Buell School District. With the success of the first IRBC cohort, the Foundation and IRRR renewed the partnership for 2 more years, and we are pleased to present these 4 Iron Range communities who, along with KTI, will be kicking off their work starting in December. Our first community is the East Range Joint Powers Board, which includes the cities of Aurora, Bowabic, White Lakes, and the town of White. The board has been in place for over 30 years and exists to address the economic and community development needs of the East Range area. Broadband is a point of pain for much of the region, as many areas throughout the East Range do not have access to quality broadband services, or any broadband at all. Thus, broadband has been one of the group's focus areas for the past 2 years, and they hope to use the opportunity to allow them to move forward with integrating a plan and projects that can benefit the entire community. And here today representing the East Range is Peter Senerigi. Oh, there he is.
Oh, you're not taking a spot, right?
What?
No, wait till. My mayor put me up to it. Went through the Blandin Leadership Project this February. Looking forward to going through this cohort with us, and then I did work a bit with the Mountain Iron Buell group last winter, up until my ran some problems with my own council, and I had to go back and focus on that. So I'm looking forward to giving this more attention this year. Thank you.
It's gonna run. So you remember what my next community is. Next, we have the Laurentian Chamber of Commerce, which is a nonprofit organization that promotes business through education and advocacy in northeastern Minnesota business communities. Those communities are Evelyn, Gilbert, Mountain Iron, and Virginia. And their IRBC project area will encompass those 4 school districts. The Chamber's Business Development Committee identified broadband as a focus for 2018 as a way to increase access, capacity, and technology capabilities for the region. As an IRBC, Laurentian Chamber of Commerce is looking forward to working economic vitality and civic engagement, and enhancing the quality of life in place within their service area. Here's Melissa Cox with more.
Hi, I was excited. I've been at the Laurentian Chamber for about a year, but I've been passionate about broadband for about 8 years. So I was really excited to have this opportunity when I came on board that our Business Development Committee had wanted this as a long-time passion because it aligned with something that I had been excited about. Worked with Whitney from IRRB. I see a lot of people in the room that I worked with before in this, so we're really excited. One story I wanted to share is that AUA is one of the cohort. We already had people come together and had some meetings that were excited for the potential to apply. And they have public Wi-Fi, so they have people standing outside their building at night using their public Wi-Fi to be able to connect to people on the other side of the world. So some gentleman was out there and he was able to use Skype to connect to his children, something he wouldn't be able to do at home. So not only is it great for our business community to be able to have that access for enhancing business, attracting business, but also for our school children, for being able to do homework and being able to do things that maybe you wouldn't be able to do out in the rural country, or for our libraries that, you know, they're connected but people can go there, but also for these people that don't have access and they're trying to find ways. So I'm just really excited to have this opportunity to be a part of the Blandin community, and I've been, like I said, passionate about it for a long time, so we're really appreciative, so thank you very much.
The Tower Economic Development Authority was established 20 years ago to facilitate local economic development and housing stabilization in Tower and surrounding townships. They write, Our area has been anxiously awaiting more technological growth for quite some time. To be able to entice more businesses, families, and tourism with world-class internet access would give us the edge we need to grow and sustain our local economies. The area has a lot to offer with gorgeous scenery and plentiful trails for hiking, biking, skiing, snowmobiling, and ATV riding. State parks including Lake Vermilion, Sudan Underground Mine, Bearhead Lake, and fishing, and Fortune Bay Casino and Resort. With their unique way of life and remoteness, they have a lot to offer and are eager to promote the work anywhere lifestyle to potential newcomers. Is there anyone here from Tower today? Oh, I missed you. Stephanie.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm representing the Tower Economic Development Authority, and we are really very grateful to now be a broadband community. I didn't know I'd be speaking today. We suffer from internet outages every day, and so we're just so grateful to have this opportunity to get broadband in our community. It's really needed. We have a lot of economic development going forward, including a townhome project on our harbor right on Lake Vermilion. So broadband is certainly needed, and we're very happy. Thank you.
Our fourth Iron Range broadband community is the Iron Range Tourism Bureau. The Iron Range Tourism Bureau, or IRTB, is a destination marketing organization that serves the communities of Hibbing, Chisholm, Mountain Iron, Virginia, Evelett, Vale Township, Gilbert, Pewabic, Aurora, and Barris and Hoyt Lakes. Their mission is to generate economic impact by promoting travel and overnight lodging in the service area. Because they see quality of life that's intertwined with tourism marketability, they are involved in projects that aim to improve the livability of the area. They view the region's access to and use of technology as an important tool to help educate others about what the region has to offer. You may have noticed that IRTB's service area overlaps with many of our new and alumni IRBCs. Thus, we've asked the Bureau to participate in those initiatives, and they'll have the opportunity to also take part in a slightly abbreviated process as a community of interest with a slightly lesser level of grant funding. Do we have anyone from Iron Range Tourism Bureau here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Mary. I'm Tony Jeffries, Board Chair of the Iron Range Tourism Bureau, and we're honored to be part of the activities of which we are all here for today. Although we were born as a destination marketing organization and that's our primary focus, we're 30 years old now and it's time for us to spread our wings a little bit more. So we're taking a much more regional approach to the activities of tourism. That's not all of it, you all know that. Education is vitally important. We're in a declining economic base, declining population base, etc. So all of these elements, retaining folks, inviting folks to come up and relocate, increased economic development, increased guest experiences from both tourism as well as all sorts of service to an individual are all as important on our radar. So this uniquely gives us the opportunity to be another layer, to be a regional layer that's kind of not been afforded to before. And I'm really excited and hoping that what we may do is in our service area, you heard there's 11 different communities and it's over 70 miles long. We may be able to bring an interim effective solution to the entire area in all of the elements that Paul, Stephanie, and others so correctly identified. So thanks, we're very excited, and we look forward to jumping in full force.
So the BBC effort actually began back in 2009 with the demonstration community component of our ARA-funded Minnesota Intelligent Rural Communities Program. And since then, the foundation has worked with 2 cohorts of 10 BDCs before the Iron Range partnership. With these 8 new communities, that's 44 total. So if you'll bear with me for just a couple more minutes, will everyone involved with these new communities please stand up? And now, will everyone involved in the previous 36 Iron Range communities, Blandin Broadband communities, and demonstration communities please stand up? Thank you. As you walk around today, everyone who is just standing should and could have a little sticker on their name tag indicating their involvement in these communities. New communities are in red, and alumni communities are in green. And if you don't have your little sticker, we have some at the registration desk. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was that members of the Minnesota Rural Broadband Commission, who we're going to hear from tomorrow, have little blue logo stickers on their name tags. And we have some more of those at the registration desk too. So we've done this as a little icebreaker to facilitate networking and kind of help you recognize each other more easily. So that concludes our lunch program. Thank you everyone, and enjoy the next, I don't know, I think we're probably pretty close to our next session starting. Yeah, we're a little bit over. So feasibility charrette people, your sessions are downstairs. You have your own rooms downstairs. And the digital inclusion session will begin next door in ballroom A in a few minutes.